Yes, hello. Hi, good evening to everybody. Today we can discuss Spring Web MVC. Okay. Yesterday, what we had discussed it. Yesterday we had discussed Spring, right? Spring related basics we had discussed it. Today we can discuss about Spring Web MVC. This document I collected, okay, and explaining each and every point here. Okay. Let's get started. Here, here what is the Spring Web MVC? What is the Spring Web MVC? Here, it is one of the module in the Spring framework to develop the web application. If you want to develop web application, this Spring Web MVC you can use. Okay, Spring Web MVC you can use. Here, Spring Web MVC model simplified the web application development process. Okay, it is simplify what? It is simplify web application development process in our Spring module. Okay, here these many steps you need to use in if you want to develop the web application, Spring Web application. That is form binding class. It is form to convert into Java object. And here second step is the flexibility in the form binding. Okay, it is the type conversion is there. Type conversion and and then the multiple presentation technologies. You can use JSP or Thymeleaf, whatever it is, you can use. Depending on the situation and depending on the requirement, you can use JSP or Thymeleaf. Fourth step, form tag library. This form tag library, what will provide in the JSP? It is a ready-made method tag supports. It will support the ready-made methods, isn't it? Here to develop the web application using Spring Boot, okay, where web application, if you want to develop web application using Spring Boot, you need to add in the starter form pom.xml, this one, Spring Boot starter web, and then it will what is that? It will support the starter provides to support the web application by using this dependency. And here Web MVC based application and RESTful services and embedded container. These many it will support. Okay, these many it will support by using this dependency. Starter form, starter web dependency. It will support three. Okay, one is the Web MVC, MVC based web application, and second one is the RESTful services you can develop, and third one is the embedded container. It will provide. Default embedded container it will provide by using the starter web dependency. And yeah, these are the steps of that how to we can create and what are the dependencies there. These many steps I explained. Coding part I will discuss tomorrow. Okay, just I want to discuss here architecture of the Web MVC. Architecture of the Web MVC I will discuss here. These many components they have. These many components, 6 components they have. First one is the DispatcherServlet. Second one is the HandlerMapper, and third one is the controller, and fourth one is the ModelAndView, and fifth one is the ViewResolver, and sixth one is the View. The sixth component that has here I created. Okay, this is the DispatcherServlet, and DispatcherServlet is the responsible to pre-processing and post-processing by using the HTTP request and HTTP response. And the DispatcherServlet that has to HandlerMapper, and HandlerMapper that has to controller and ViewResolver and View. These are the architecture of the Spring Web MVC. Okay, and here DispatcherServlet. I discussed the DispatcherServlet. Also, we can call framework servlet or front controller. Framework servlet or front. What is that? DispatcherServlet. DispatcherServlet also we call framework servlet or front controller. What will do front controller or framework servlet? It will do responsible to perform pre-processing and post-processing of the request handler mapper. Okay, it is the responsible to perform pre-processing and post-processing. What does mean? What does mean? Pre-processing and post-processing means it will take as a, it will responsible to it will handle HTTP request and HTTP response. Okay, HTTP request and HTTP response it will handle. Okay, that is called pre-processing and post-processing. And handler mapper, that handler mapper component that has to be responsible to identify the request handler class. What does that? Handler mapper, what does that? That means that handler mapper will do responsible to identify request handler class. That is controller. It will identify by using the handler mapper only. Controller is identified by using the handler mapper. What is the main motto of the handler mapper? Handler mapper is the responsible to identify request handler class, and controller, that controller is the Java class which is responsible to handle request and response. It is controller is the Java class which is responsible to handle request and response, isn't it? Well, here controller will return model and view object to the dispatcher servlet. What will do controller? Controller will return model and view. Okay, controller will return model and view. This controller will return model and view and also ViewResolver as well. Okay, this one, that model and view, the object of the dispatcher servlet. And the model, and what does mean that model and view? Model is nothing but it is a represent the data key value format. Well, so here model is nothing but represents data in key value format, and view is nothing but logical file name. Here logical file name. View is nothing. What does that? View is nothing but logical file name. Here in the note I mentioned here, controller are loosely coupled with presentation technology. With presentation technology, or you are using the JSP, it will work well. And if you are using the Thymeleaf, it will handle everything by using the controller. ViewResolver. This ViewResolver to identify the presentation file location and technology. What technology and what where it is contained the file. It will identify by the ViewResolver, isn't it? And view is there. It is responsible to render model data in view file. View what? It will responsible render in the model in view file. It will render and it will view the what it has. That file, it will presentation logic, it will show with the end user. Okay. Here that building first web application, I will build tomorrow this application, web application. Okay, this web application that has to be here in the create a starter from project. These dependencies. Okay, starter web and dev tools for the automated where code is changes automated. It will start that server and Tomcat embedded server for the MVN repository. It is not in the Spring Boot. Okay, it will download from MVN repository site and create the control class with required methods and maps to control with URL pattern. Well, and third step here, create view file with presentation logic. I can create one view file as well with presentation logic. If I am using JSP, you can use JSP form tag library. Okay, and figure the ViewResolver and ViewResolver, that application property you can figure out there, configure there. Okay, and run the application and test whether it is exactly you are getting or not. What you are expecting that file is getting or not, you can check. by deploying that application and run that application and test it. Okay, what you had observed, this DevTools dependency is used to restart your server when make code changes. If you when make code changes, code changes has to be done, isn't it? Automatically restart the server. To represent the Java class is a control class. We have the controller annotation. Okay, we have the controller annotation as well. Well, here the controller method, we need to map with HTTP methods using the unique URL pattern. That URL pattern may be with bind with this get mapping, post mapping, put mapping, delete mapping. These methods, HTTP methods, you can bind with controller as well. And Apache Tomcat is coming as a default embedded container for that starter web dependency. Starter web dependency, what does it have? Starter web dependency, it has a embedded container. Okay, embedded container, it is the default one. And here embedded container port number is default is 8080. We can change that port number, that application.property files, and server.port is equal to 90909091, like that. You can configure in the application.property file. Inside that you can give this like this, server.port equal to 9090, like that. Okay, and here in the web app you have you will not have the context path. Okay, if you have not context path, you can create servlet.context path equal to / Java full stack guru. Okay, it will configure in application.property file. In open application.property file, inside the servlet.context -path equal to / Java full stack guru, like that you can configure. Okay, that's all about today. But simply this application I will because of video is it is very lengthy, so that's the reason I am not discussing here. Application, how to create application, tomorrow class I will discuss. Here that's it. It is a mainly focus with architectures. Okay, mainly focus this architecture, Web MVC architecture. That Web MVC architecture, these many components that have. What is that? DispatcherServlet. It will handle the pre-processing and post processing, and HandlerMapper. This HandlerMapper, it will identify the request handler class, that is controller, and controller. That controller is the responsible to the handle the request and response, and model and view. That model and view, it is a DispatcherServlet. To model is nothing but it will represent the data is key value format, and view is nothing but it's the logical file name. Okay, and ViewResolver. That ViewResolver, what? ViewResolver, it will identify the presentation technology. Okay, presentation technology, and where it is logical file location also it will identify by using the ViewResolver. And view is nothing but it is responsible to render the model in a view file, and finally it will show the end user. That's happened. Some of the interviewer will ask that, do you know is the framework Servlet architecture, or do you know Web MVC architecture? Do you know front controller architecture? Like that they will ask. You can simply these many components you need to remember 6 components and explain one by one. That's it. That simple task you need to do. Okay, tomorrow class I will discuss the remaining thing. Okay, thank you. Anything forget? I think today class is enough. Yeah, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow and bring more awesome content for you. Hit the bell icon so we'll never miss an update. Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. And I love hearing from you, and thank you for your support. I am signing off now.